Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. It's the second Animal Crossing spin-off to launch late 2015 following Happy Home Designer. I've heard nothing but really bad things about this one. And that's honestly a little bit disappointing because I always figured that like an Animal Crossing style board game, I always thought that could be pretty fun. It's a board game after all, and when James is bored, he plays some board games. Now, if you're anything like me and you're a little bit of an Amiibo collector, if you bought this game, it was more likely than not just for the 2 Amiibos it came packaged with. Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival comes with Isabelle and Digby, Digby being only available through the bundle. You'll also get 3 Amiibo cards, which I think are probably random. Well, the packaging speaks pretty boldly and brightly, but is the game itself any good? The first time you play the game, you'll be asked to tap an Amiibo. If you don't have an Animal Crossing Amiibo to tap, you can't progress past the title screen. Weird, but okay, let's use a Tom Nook Amiibo I bought. Got this guy before even owning the game because Tom Nook's cool. The first time you play, there's only one game mode you can choose, the simple board game. Rules of the game are simple. You need the most happy points to win. Land on a pink happy space and you'll get more happy points, though if you land on a purple one, you'll lose the happy points. Because the goal of Animal Crossing is always just to be happy. It's such a bright and colorful world, full of adorable characters you can't help but to love. Your goal in Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival is to have a better time than your friends. You want them to have a less joyful experience than you. And only in doing that can you win the game. Landing on one of these will play out a short scene. They range from visiting friends to going to another town. It's all contextual to Animal Crossing, so really only fans of the series are even going to know what's going on half the time. You can also receive and spend bells, which you'll earn or lose by landing on a bell space. Again, pink ones give you bells, while purple ones take them away. And just like the happy spaces, they'll play out a short scene. You might catch a fish and sell it, or you might buy a shovel so you can plant a tree. Again, it's contextual to Animal Crossing. If you're not familiar with Animal Crossing, it probably won't make any sense at all to you. Then there's the spaces that combine the two. Landing on a pink one will play a scene that gives you both happy points and bells, while the purple ones play a scene that makes you sad and lose money. Wow. There's also a gyroid at each corner of the board. Pass them by and I'll give you a stamp. Collect all 4 stamps for a bonus chunk of happy points. Each turn is represented by a day of the month. Get to the end of the month and it's game over. Since games often last a long time, and I'm talking like more than an hour, you can also set a time limit to end the game instead. I recommend doing this because if you don't, you'll probably end up with like hour-and-a-half long games. And considering how boring this game is, you don't want that at all. You roll the dice by tapping the Amiibo to the gamepad. Just like Mario Party, you'll occasionally get to choose a direction to go at some crossroads. Every couple of turns, a character might visit the town, changing a lot of the spaces. Firstly, there's Katrina, who will give you a tarot card that'll give you a bonus if someone rolls a number written on your card. And then there's Red, which you can purchase item cards from. There's also Katie, who will want to trade you the item cards. Phineas, who will award a random player a random bonus. And then Dr. Shrunk, who will again just give you an item card. After you sit through a very long, not funny joke that you wish you could skip, but you can't. Now, the item cards are often just a set dice roll, like a 6 or a 3. If you use the card instead of rolling a dice, you can assure that you land on a certain space. There's also a handful of other cards that have other effects, like changing turnip prices and whatnot. Yeah, and just like Animal Crossing, you can also play the stock market. Every Sunday, Joanne will come by and offer to sell y'all turnips. The players then have an opportunity to gamble their bells away in hope of making a profit. During every other day of the week, and I mean like not Sunday, each space will then have a turnip price written on it. After landing, you'll then have a chance to sell your turnips for the corresponding price before you end your turn. This is pretty much the only use I ever found for the dice cards. Like, you see a space that has a good price, then you use your card to make sure you land on it. The stock market can also rise, lower, and outright crash, so it's mostly based on luck whether or not you make a profit. In fact, the entire game is completely based on luck, because it's all entirely random. Some of them are random to the point where it's just completely unfair. When I played this game with my friends Robbie and Brady, I landed on a space that just gave me 90,000 bells. You're usually lucky if you get like 1,000 bells or more. And since you're awarded an extra happy point for every 1,000 bells you have by the end of the game, I flat out won. No contest. I just won because I happened to land on this completely random and broken space that just made me win the game. It was so dumb. There's also completely random events like Backwards Day. On this day, everything is the opposite. You move backwards, good spaces are bad spaces are good, and etc, etc. The music even plays backwards on this day, and that's a little bit unsettling for a game like Animal Crossing. That's all there is to it. That's pretty much it. You do that for about 30 or more turns until someone happens to win. With no mini-games between turns to serve as pace breakers, it just becomes a really repetitive and tedious, boring game. I can't ever see myself ever wanting to play this again. Which is funny, because the game clearly expects you to play it over and over and over. All of your happy points save to your amiibos, and once you reach a certain amount of them, your amiibo will level up. Not unlike how you can level up your Smash Bros. Amiibo. Every time you level up, you'll unlock a new costume and a new emote. Do we even really need emotes in this game? It's a board game. I fail to see the point of making my character do this before I roll the dice, but whatever. I guess some people find entertainment in the simplest of things, I don't know. I did manage to unlock Nook's classic apron, which I thought was pretty cool, but getting him any higher a level would require playing the game an unhealthy amount of times. I don't know how they expected this game to retain someone's interest so well that they would want to play it that many times. It's just not fun. There isn't even much strategy to it. It's the exact same thing every time. You roll the dice, get a random number, land on a random space, trigger a random situation, and get a random amount of happy points. Why happy points? Happy points. Nothing about this game makes me happy. How am I supposed to win? I'm not having a good time.
You're not having a good time?
You just say something?
You can't win if you're not happy, James. You need to be happy. Doesn't the game make you happy?
No.
Come on, James.
Play the game some more. It'll make you happy. Don't you wanna be happy?
No, there's nothing happy about this game, and you know that.
Sure there is. Just look at it. Doesn't the game just fill you with happiness?
No. You know what? This game sucks. You sucks. These cards, they all suck. This game sucks. You're a piece of...
James, how many times have I told you not to talk to your dolls?
It's not a doll. It's an action figure. I'm not playing this garbage ever again. I don't care how many times you have to beat it to unlock all the costumes. I'm done. But there are a couple of mini games, so I guess we may as well check those out. They can't be nearly as boring as the main game. The game comes bundled with 3 amiibo cards, which can be used to play a variety of minigames. Though I couldn't figure out how to access the minigames, the title screen only has one option: play the board game. I got a message about now being able to select which month I wanted to play, but that's about it. Turns out you have to play through it a second time to gain access to the minigames. But at this point, my friends already went home and they didn't want to play this game again. So I had to slog through an entire game all by myself. Yeah, isn't that so fun? Yeah, but okay, whatever, here we are. We unlock an extended view of the plaza and we can now select the minigames. What do you mean I don't have enough happy tickets? I don't have enough happy tickets? What are happy tickets? Yeah, that's right. In order to unlock each minigame, you have to spend a happy tickets, which you earn by, you guessed it, playing the board game over and 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 over. In order to get enough happy tickets to unlock all the minigames, I had to sit through 5 additional board games. I thought that by changing a month it would change the board or at least add some game-changing events. But no, it's the same game every time. There's only one board. That's it. You can also spend the happy tickets to build additional landmarks and features to the board, but they don't make enough of a difference to really mean anything. Anyway, I got the happy tickets, unlocked the minigame, I did it. Okay, let's check out the minigames, real this time. So you play these with the amiibo cards, also compatible with Happy Home Designer. They each have their own set of traits: animal type, a dice number, an option of rock, paper, or scissors, and a zodiac sign. These traits will change some aspects of some of the minigames, but we'll get to that. First up, we got Acorn Chase. You take control of 3 villagers using their corresponding amiibo cards to select a direction for them to go in. It gets pretty hectic, and constantly switching between the cards for a direction of movement is challenging and surprisingly fun. I actually enjoyed this one, but it's only a handful of stages long and never really changes things up a bit. It's a nice distraction, but nothing really more. Next up, we got Mystery Campers, which you Hang on, I need 6 cards to play this one? The game only came with 3. I had to go to EB Games and buy another pack of cards just so I could finish the review. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got Deli, Dina, Sahara, Yuka, Henry, and Bill.
Bill! 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 Bill!
He's a duck. Anyway, it's just trial and error. There's 4 of the 6 campers hiding in the tents. Guess which ones, and the game will tell you how many you got right and how many you're close with. There's a hut on the left that keeps track of your progress. It's kind of fun, but no more really than a Professor Layton puzzle. Then we got Balloon Island. Drop a villager and some balloons and hope for the best. You need to pop as many as you can while still landing on the platform. There isn't much more to say about this one. Next up, we got a quiz show, which is pretty self-explanatory. Whether you're good at this one or not all depends on how much you've played the previous Animal Crossing games. Moving on, we got a fruit collecting minigame. This one's a multiplayer game. Each player can use cards to move a number of spaces forward. See, each of the animal cards has a dice number on it. The number of spaces you move corresponds with the number on the card. Dang, this is actually starting to feel like, you know, a board game. I don't know why the main game doesn't have anything like this. It's actually almost like that leapfrog minigame from Kirby 64, but like if each player shared the same pathway. You can risk moving forward a lot and getting more fruit, but if your basket is too full when you move over a pitfall, since you're a lot heavier, you'll fall in and lose a lot of your fruit. This one's okay. It's alright with friends, but it's not something I'm ever gonna go back to. Next, we got a Meebo card battle. This is probably the only one that really takes full advantage of the stats in the cards. Each player gets the same 6 cards, but they can use each one only once. The object of the game is over the period of 6 turns, you all play a card with a higher number than your opponent. But if the character on your card's zodiac sign is the same as on the table, the rules will be flipped, and then you'll need a lower number. If it's a tie, they'll settle it via rock, paper, scissors, as each card also has a rock, paper, or scissors icon as well. I guess there's a bit of skill to it. It's like, okay, but it's no more fun than a regular card game like Go Fish or Crazy 8s, so there's not much point in playing this one. And then we got Resetti Bob. You control 3 villagers with 3 cards, similar to Acorn Chase. Tapping each card will make the corresponding villager smack with their hammer. You need to smack the correct Resetti moles based on the rock, paper, scissors icons. It's nothing too exciting. And lastly, we have the grand finale. A single-player game called Desert Island Escape. In this one, you have a limited number of days to explore an island using 3 villagers of your choice. And by your choice, I more so mean if you have the card of that villager, you can pick that one. Every card has different stats, so every villager is completely different. For example, Rosie the cat can catch fish without using a fishing rod, which is hella useful for making sure you don't run out of food. On the other hand, Yuka has only a 1 in 3 chance of even being usable that day, but if the wheel does spin in your favor, she can move 7 spaces instead of the usual limit of 4. This one's legitimately a lot of fun. You have so many days to explore the island, searching for components you need to build a boat so you can escape. And along the way, you can collect items which you can use to build tools, which can help you avoid traps or more officially find food, and etc, etc. And there's a lot of different maps to play, with more challenging ones being unlocked as you go along. Now, while most of the minigames are just an okay distraction, at best, this one I actually had a lot of fun with. If you somehow end up with a copy of the game, this is where you'll be spending most of your time. But even then, there is nothing here that could possibly warrant a full retail price. In fact, the game was originally going to be a free download. You would just have to buy an Amiibo to play it. But why'd they change that? I'll tell you why. With the Amiibo craze going on, Nintendo knew people would buy it just for the 2 Amiibos, so why not milk more money out of their pockets by making the game a physical disc, and at full retail price too? I seriously feel really bad for anyone that spent $80 on this. Wasted your money? Spent is what? The only reason I have this game is because I managed to find it at Walmart for $25 because of a pricing error. And even then, I only got it for the Amiibos. I thought that would be fun.